Welcome back to the channel. Please like and subscribe. So today we're working on a '06 Lincoln Navigator, the vein of my existence. You'll have to excuse the camera bouncing around. My wife is the camera lady for the day, and she giggles at me when I make funnies. That she knows I hate this vehicle. So, the main reason we are here today, folks, are keys and key fobs. They are two different things. Your newer vehicles have microchipped keys. This is an 80-bit to fit this vehicle. You'll need to either take these to a locksmith or the dealer to program them, unless you have a program called FORScan. With that and the extended not warranty, the licensing, extended licensing, you can do this yourself. We're going to use the advice from a gentleman at the 89 Garage. He just did this, so we're going to try it ourselves. We were lucky enough, we had the keys cut at Home Depot, our local Home Depot. They didn't charge us because we didn't buy anything. So with that being said, we have tried the keys with the battery disconnected. They turn the ignition freely and all that, so they're a good cut key. The other thing you have to do is make sure that all the doors were closed, and along with the rear hatch. That was our problem recently, is that the sensors in the back of this hatch have gone out, and it doesn't always say it's closed. I think I've got that part done. So what I told you and what Shane helped me with is I squirted some Krill oil or PB Blaster in the locking mechanism, cleaned off the sensors, and made it to where the tailgate actually wouldn't close as far as it thought it needed to. And so for right now, it actually thinks it's closed. So while we're going to do that, we're going to go get the computer and program these keys to this Lincoln Navigator. Now, I will tell you this. Do not start this process unless you have at least one working key for FORScan. If you only have one working key, you can't have a locksmith do this. They will need the vehicle with FORScan, and that's the only way to do this, because once you start this process, it erases the knowledge of this key. Okay, guys, the main key. As you can see, that is the factory original. Actually, there's an S stamped in it. I'm not going to show you guys close up. And this is the spare key. This is the only key we got with the vehicle, once again. So now we're going to have 3 keys when we're done with this, if this process works. Otherwise, this becomes a very heavy paperweight that will have to be drugged to the Ford dealership to do this. But I'm confident in my knowledge to do this. We'll get you back here in just another segment to show you what we're doing. Please like and subscribe. Hey guys, so we're in the PATS. It says it's going to take 12 minutes to access the system. That is a security system, so your door has to be open, and you can't drive off, and you can't make keys. Before I started the process, the lift gate wasn't showing active. Now it is. I'm hoping that doesn't become an issue. We are erasing the keys right now. I will come back to you, and we will do the turn the ignition and do all this other stuff a couple times and see what happens. Like I said, worst case scenario, we turn this into a 6,000 pound paperweight. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next segment. Okay guys, we are at the critical part of this reprogramming the keys. So on the screen, I know you can't see the screen, so I'll just tell you what it is. And I scanned it so I could actually talk to you and read it. So it'll be, turn the ignition off, put the, wait 10 seconds, cycle key 1, the ignition from off to run for 3 seconds. Within 5 seconds after the key removal, put in the second key, do that, and then we'll go from there. So my understanding is I should be able to program 3 keys. We're going to try that. So once again, it says to turn off, wait 10 seconds, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 5, 6, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010. Turn to run for at least 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it off, pull it out, hit the next one, stick it in, turn it. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006. Take that one out, put in our third key, rotate it. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006. That should be done. Now we take that key out, we can put the original back in. (1001), (1002), (1003). We should be good. We hit OK. It says we're at 100%. So when I turn this key, the Lincoln should start. Let's hope it's just a dead battery. We'll be back to you guys. Let's see what happens. Okay, guys. We jumped it. Apparently the lift gate was up all night. Once again, it drained the battery. We're going to end up pulling the fuses on that lift gate because it is, or the internals, because I cannot get that lift gate to stop being open. If I could make this thing think it was a pickup, I'm going to try with FORScan to actually delete that whole system. But the next challenge is, let's see if these keys worked. Okay. This key did not work, guys. Apparently the Lincoln can only have 2 keys right now. I was told it could have up to 4. Apparently there's something I have to reprogram. But we're back up to at least having a spare key. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, welcome back. I did shut that down, but when we couldn't get the one key, and I didn't mark these, I don't think it really matters now, but I couldn't, one of the keys didn't work. I think the program, and I'd have to verify this with somebody, but it will only allow you to have 2 master keys, and then it'll let you have a spare key. So that's what I had to go in, as I had to go back in through and program a spare key. So all these keys now should work. We've started them all, they all work. So we are good to go. The next thing I'm going to do is try to program the new clickers. We'll see how that works. I think I finally got the rear hatch to say it's closed, so we're going to go do that right now. Honey, someone's going. Thank you for watching another quick segment. So I don't have them with me. We just did it real quick. I'm proud of myself. I'm grinning. So we had 3 clickers now along with it, and the clicker program is a little different. You don't need the FORScan for this. You just do it manually. So what you'll do is you have the doors closed, unlocked, okay? Then you will, or with the door open, you'll unlocked, locked, unlocked, close the door, rotate the key 8 times. At least on my vehicle, it's 8 times. And then you'll hear the door lock cycle. You'll hit the lock button on your first transponder, key fob, your second one, and the doors will cycle. You hit it on the third one, the doors will cycle. Take your key out, the doors will cycle one more time. Means process is done. Test them. I tested mine, they all worked. It's real simple, guys. I don't have it with me, but when you buy a lot of this stuff off of Amazon, eBay, they all have instructional videos, guys. So don't be afraid to try to tackle this. This is a Ford Lincoln. The next one we may do is our GM vehicles. My pickup only has 1 clicker, and the Suburban only has 1 clicker. It also only has a couple keys. The Suburban has copies of copies. That one will probably end up taking to a locksmith, verifying that we own the vehicle, and he will cut us a brand new key from the factory, or with the factory code, I should say. And that way, you're not making a copy of a copy, because by the time you get down to the second and third copies, they don't always work. If you're as old as I am, guys, you remember the old GMs that you would buy from somebody. They'd hand you a set of keys. You couldn't tell if it was a copy until you got it in that ignition, had to jiggle around a little bit. And you're like, hey, you want to borrow my car? Great, here's the key. You got to jiggle to the left, stomp on the floor, jiggle to the right, turn it backward, and then quickly turn it forwards, and it might turn on for you. But that being said, guys, couple good quick tips that I want to say share with you from my good friend from the 89 Garage there at Shane. The other thing you can do with the PATs is you can actually change your coding here on the door, guys. If my cameraman will show you what I'm showing.
You can see it.
Okay. Well, I can't tell. You're so far away. So the PATs, or excuse me, Forescan will let you change these. A lot of people don't know, and I will tell you this, not so you can steal a car, but just so you can get into it if you buy a vehicle like this. Most of the time, Ford and Lincoln will put the code to this, the master code, in your fuse box on a piece of paper. It's part of the build. So you will always have that. If you don't, you could go in through Forescan and change this code. So if you want it to be 1, 2, 3, 4, go for it, baby. That being said, our system, it works. We know the code, so we're good with it. The other thing, guys, is before you start this process, I thought about doing this, and I should have done it. Get you a battery charger, because you're going to have this door open for at least 12 to 20 minutes. So with that being said, you want to put a battery charge on it, make sure it's good. I'm sure in the earlier segment you saw my face of just despair and, oh my God, I just bricked. Nope, we're good. So the tips, guys. Battery charger, make sure you have a good full battery on the vehicle. Make sure your laptop that you're running has a good full. You don't want that thing dying halfway, because you'll brick your vehicle. 2, the key system on this, we found out, you can only have 2 master keys and then a couple spare keys. So when the internet says you can have 4 keys, it is correct. You can have 4 keys. You can go into the PAT system and actually bump that number up and down. I don't know how to do that as of yet. We've got our 3 keys. We're happy. And then your key fobs, you can have up to 4. Once again, make sure you have a good battery. Good batteries on your laptop, because like I said, you don't want this going out. It was very flawless, guys. We started this process about 9:30, 10. It is now 11 o'clock my local time. It took us about an hour to do 3 keys and 3 key fobs. Once again, a big shout out to the 89 Garage. I'm going to leave a link in the description somewhere around here for him. He's an excellent guy. His big thing is Fords and Lincolns. He does have other vehicles, but he's a big Mustang guy, and so there is that rival. I'm an LS guy, so we'll get him out on the street one of these days. I'll take Frankie for a ride or a spin challenge when I get the hot rod done. We'll see who's better, Frankie or the rat rod. Actually, you know what, guys? Let's just say it like this: they're both the best, because once you build them and they're not bought, they're always the best. Please like and subscribe.